Hi, I'm Jayesh Ranjan. I'm the Special Chief Secretary looking after sports subject in Telangana government. We have introduced our sports policy today. The policy has some very unique features, and many other state governments, the national government, they have their own policies, but we have designed this policy in a very different way. We are trying to bring the best of corporate participation in our state for sports. There are lots of former sports persons who are still active. They want to give back. Those who don't have any personal selfish self motive, we are trying to involve them. And of course, the government will continue to fulfill its basic responsibility of providing funding, of providing infrastructure, on doing grassroots mobilization. So I am very confident that whatever we are doing will give very good results. We are also setting a independent governing body which is going to guide us on what should we do, what should we do better, what should we avoid, what is being done successfully in other parts of the country, other parts of the world. Eminent corporate leaders are in this committee, ex-sports persons are there, former sports administrators are there. So I'm very confident that this kind of sports ecosystem that we are going to create will be one of its kind, and I feel very happy that I'm a part of it. Thank you.
I'm truly I'm truly honored to be here, and sports has been an integral part of my growing up. My father has always been with the archery team, and he's motivated us that sports makes a human being better, and the human performance is much better if you take up a sport. I will try and do my best to make sure, in any possible way, that we get more and more young sports people from Telangana. And as CM Garu said, we must make our mark at the Olympics. And if we all come together, I'm sure we can do it. I really support the Telangana government, and I'm very proud that they're taking this initiative to bring more people to play sport and give them all the infrastructure that's available. I'm happy to be co-chair of this initiative, and I truly will contribute in any way possible. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm very impressed. Thank you so much for calling me, first of all. Big thank you to Mr. Ranjan, of course, to all the rest of the government officials as well. I am very impressed with the amount of work that's been done behind the policy. Now, of course, the hard work starts. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't hard to get the policy done, but so much more needs to be done. I think the collaborations are also wonderful with Korea and, of course, with Lapora as well. And if they can get a sports school going and all the rest of the public-private partnerships that are lined up, I think it's a very comprehensive policy. And it looks to me like sport in Telangana is going to boom. Already, of course, is doing very well, but I think it's going to reach the next level. Well, I think, the new generation is also concerned about should they choose sport at all, because once again in India, education is so much more important, according to the parents particularly. But I think with more sport, getting visibility, getting rewards, getting infrastructure, getting the possibility of playing, I have no doubt that a larger section of the population, the young population, is going to take to sport. For the moment, we are a nation that watches a lot of sport and admires a lot of winners. We don't really care too much for sport. But with a state government taking to sport, providing the inspiration for youngsters to take to sport, I think that's the key, because if more and more people play sport, they will appreciate sport, admire sport, and if a larger number of people play, then obviously the larger number of them are likely to become champions in the future. So I think the broad basing is one very important angle. And also, I keep saying, the high performance angle is again very important for the creation of champions. And if both are looked after, if there's sporting opportunity at the, should we say, grassroots level or lower level, and of course, people are paying attention to the journey of the sports persons, I think there are rewards all the way through, and eventually the champions are also looked after, then there's no loophole. And I do think that that's how the country will gradually become a nation where sport is a culture, where it becomes possible to admire it, to play it. And Telangana is making a really strong start. Well, when you make policies such as these, or when you pay attention to any activity, a conclave is the best way of making sure that other people also get to know what's going on. So it wasn't just a question of the Telangana government talking about what is in store, what the policy is all about, but by calling all of us, calling a few Olympic champions, calling people who are already doing a lot of work in the world of sport, whether it's JSW or the other people doing a lot of work in the world of sport. I think it just becomes, you create an environment where people realize not only your own policy, but what others are doing around the country. and more attention is thus focused on those who prepare the policy and maybe create a little more excitement about the creation of something new. So conclaves to me are a way of spreading all the hard work that's being done and also creating excitement about what's to follow. Well, there's no substitute for hard work. If you want to enter the world of sport, it's a brutal world where judgment is available at every possible time. You play, you either win or lose, so you have to be strong if you want to play sport. But I do think that you also have to be more self-aware. So if you realize how hard you're working, I think you'll have a very good idea whether you're going to become a champion or not. So be a realist. And finally, of course, honesty. I keep saying that if you're going to enter the world of sport with a certain level of dishonesty, don't. Because I personally do believe as a sportsman that if you're not 100% on the lines of honesty, then sport is perhaps not for you. So work hard, but be honest. And hopefully if you do well, great. If you don't, remember, and I tell this to all the sports persons who may not become champions because 99% don't, 1% do, that already you've earned all the aptitudes which will make you succeed in life. You learned how to work hard, you learned discipline, you learn how to work with a team. Many of the things that help you succeed in life, you learn as a potential or budding sportsman. If you don't make it to the top, it doesn't matter. You'll succeed in whatever else you want to do.